Here is our goal for this upcoming season. Every single dish that we are going to have, I'm going to make sure that I do a little bit of a demo just to help you out to put it together. Of course, you have to follow the recipe and all the steps of the recipe, but I figured I'll share with you the dynamic on how it happens. So since the recipe is going to be this time one of my very favorite dishes, the Bucatini amatriciana, I wanted to show the proper way of doing it. There are some key ingredients that you need to use and just specific methods. So we're going to start off with the main ingredient, which is our own olive oil. You can use any extra virgin olive oil. You can come here and buy a bottle of the one that we bring in from Italy. So we have the olive oil right here, heating up. One of the ingredients that we have listed on this specific recipe is called guanciale, which is the cheek of the pig. I found it a little bit hard to find at the stores here in San Diego. Sometimes we house cure it on our own. Since I don't have it today, I'm going to use plain pancetta, which you can see right here. It's like nice chunks, cut it nice and big, and I'm gonna add that into the olive oil right here, and I'm gonna let it brown. The main time, what I have sitting in here, I have some boiling water and salt, which is part of your recipe as well. And since the bucatini are gonna take about 12 to 13 minutes, I'm gonna take the step, put them in there. I use the Cecco. This is one of the best brands that you can find in Italy. Not to be the marketing for the Cecco, but it's very good quality of pasta. And this is how this pasta looks. You can find them under the name perciatelli. You see they look like spaghetti, but they have a little hole in the middle. So this is what you want to use. So it's a perciatelli or bucatini, that's the right name. So in this case, I'm gonna make one portion of this for my lovely friend that is filming this, and one portion for me since it's lunchtime. So this is how much we do. And of course, you know, the recipe is going to be done for 2 or 4 people. We'll figure that out. So right now, as the pancetta slowly starts to roast, you can see it. Olive oil and fat started getting along. I'm going to make sure that it browns properly. The bucatini, you have to help them to get a little bit down in the hot water. Okay? It's kind of a hard pasta. Not an easy one to use, but nothing is easy. So, let's look at some other ingredients that we have. These are cherry tomatoes. At this time of the year, they're at their very best. In California, likely you can find them year-round. So the cherry tomatoes, always make sure they are perfectly ripened and they're sweet. They're tart, this is not going to come out really good. One thing that I use, in addition to the cherry tomatoes, again, is an Italian product. It's called pommi. Now, pommi is a puree of tomatoes. And again, it's an Italian product. You can find it in most of the stores in here. I just put it a tiny little bit simply because it's a little sweeter, and it will give it a nice touch to the sauce. Another ingredients right here, spice it up, chili flakes. This is up to you, how hot you want it. I like it a little bit of a kick, but not too much because it just bothers me when I eat it. And then the other item that I'm going to use is some white wine. And I'm going to show you what we're going to be adding this. So for now, everything is cooking. Pasta is going. The pancetta, as you can see, starts getting a little bit of a color. And as the color comes up, it's getting more brown and more brown. The pancetta or the guanciale, whichever you're using, is going to start getting some crunchiness. So how do we preserve that? As you can see right now, I'm going to start taking it and I remove the pancetta from the oil. Okay? The reason why is because I wanted to keep it crunchy just as it is right now. Just pay attention to this step. This is probably the most important one of the recipe. You can use a smaller spoon if you have a little spider, whatever works best for you, okay? I'm just doing a rustic way, so I'm using a wooden spoon. I grew up using this. The olive oil is really nice and hot. Boom. Throw the tomatoes in there. fat of the pancetta or the guanciale, start mixing it together, and then I'm going to splash the wine. Watch your eyes. I'm going to add a little bit of the chili flakes. I'm going to stir it a little bit. Wait until the liquid reduces a little more. And you will see as the tomatoes they cook, eventually they're going to start releasing a little more juice. One thing that I do, I kind of press them with a spoon. As they get softer, I press them against the pan. You can even press these tomatoes before you actually add it in the pot. Okay? Now I'm going to add a little bit of hominy, very little. There you go. Let it cook. Little bit of kosher salt. Go easy on the salt. The guanciale or the pancetta already have a lot of flavor in there, so you don't need any extra. And then you reduce the heat. Here you go. You just let it simmer at a very low heat. While this simmers, the pasta eventually is almost cooked. I would say you have about 4 more minutes to go right here. I like to keep my kitchen organized. So I'm going to be putting this away. You can tell we are inside the cafe and the kitchen is closed today. Everybody wishes to have a kitchen so organized. Anyway. Pasta is getting softer and softer. Now, since I don't want to keep you here 15-20 minutes, that's more or less what the method is. It will take that long. I'm going to take the pasta out a little bit al dente, so which is going to be a little bit on the crunchy side, and then I'm going to add it in here, and I put the pancetta, which you can see, look at it, nice and crispy. They're almost like little chips. You add it back on. Pretty good. Okay? Move this to the side. Put this up. We're going to drain the pasta. Now I'm going to go full blast again. Now remember, this pasta is still a little bit on the crunchy side. You can make it however you want. Mix it all together, the flame is going. Now at this point, you can add the pancetta back on, and it will keep the beautiful texture. And just like the same friends, voila, done deal. Now you transfer this into a bowl, take a little bit of pecorino romano, grate it, sprinkle it on top, and that's a done deal. So I'm going to take a picture for you, post it on the recipe so you have an idea what the finished product looks like. And for now, that's all. So take care, we'll see you soon.